Hey.
Hello, hello.
Welcome everyone to week 2 of the Heroes Hype Tempo Storm series. My name is Haloran. I will be your master of ceremonies for the evening, along with now, Kyler, are you ready? All right. I told him before we start. I got some nicknames for him. All right.
Oh gosh, here we go.
I am joined by the Kitsune of Heroes,
Oh my god.
the Fox of Hots, the community coach, your neighborhood friendly Kalamaka.
Hey guys. Okay, that's ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. My face is gonna go all red. Thanks a lot, man.
Oh, you're welcome. We're
Hi
out
everybody.
here.
Yeah.
We are going to have an incredible time. Week 1 was an amazing start to this series, and I've been very excited. I've been Excite Bike 64,
That's true.
as
Yeah.
Kala once said, to cast alongside this young man again. We had a chance to do this once before, but back again, man.
It was fun, wasn't it? Like I had a
Yeah.
great time. You were one of the first people that I ever got to cast with, so I'm really excited to do it again.
Oh. Well, we're looking to make this the best season of Heroes Hype ever. We're partnered with Tempo Storm. That young man Kyle is rocking one of those jerseys, which you can get yourself. Not too shabby, I would say.
Mhm.
But we got the prize pool for this has been, it's just exploded since the start. We're up to 795 tonight, and the goal is to get to 850. Now, I sent out a tweet call. I said if we got 20 teams to register for tonight,
Mhm.
the Master of Ceremonies, would donate $20 to the
You'll
prize
donate
pool.
$20? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
If you do it, I'll do the same thing then. I'll match you. I'll
Oh.
match-a-reno you, if you will.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, I looked and there were 21 teams registered, and that's bigger than 20 last I checked. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this donate button right meow.
Mark me down for down.
And we have jumped up now to 815.
Wait, you were all prepared. I'm totally not prepared for this.
Well, yeah,
But that's
well, I mean, you're shooting from the hip. You're shooting from the hip. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But you can add
Okay.
to this prize pool yourself. There's plenty of options. One of the best of which, Rentaro, famous streamer in the community, has some play sessions available. I definitely recommend you take advantage of those. A couple of those to go. I need to get one of those salt shakers myself. That's one of the things that's adding to the prize pool. Dude, the salt shaker emoji for 2.0.
Oh my gosh, it's the best. Same with the
Priceless.
potato. Like they're actually
Right.
my favorite things in the world.
Dude,
Yeah.
they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. So definitely consider getting one of those. Like I said, the jerseys, and you can also donate by typing in !Matcherino. You'll see a code where you yourself can add $1 to the prize pool. I think the code is TempoHH this week. So you go to the website, type in Matcherino, put in TempoHH for the code, and you will be able to donate $1 to the prize pool. So definitely think you guys should do that. And add to this pool to give a thanks to these teams. They show up each week. They practice, they scrim, they get ready for this, and they put it all on the line. It ends up being a really great show. So it's a cool way to just say, thanks for giving us something to look forward to every Wednesday.
Oh yeah, okay, so Shot, Gummy Bear, Wolf, Finkeldorf, and Haas, Team 1. I'm aware of a lot of these gentlemen. This is going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, this is going to be cool. We're already in the lobby for the first game. It's going to be Shot in the Losing Bullets.
That's the best name I've ever heard in my life.
Shot in the Dorm Losing Bullets. Going up against Bamboozled. A friend of mine is on Bamboozled, actually, and they had messaged me like, cast this tonight, so it just kind of worked out that way. So, for the kid in the back, congratulations.
Okay. Right on.
So let me update the titles, because I'm good at this, and I know exactly what I'm doing. But we're already in the lobby for the first game. It's going to be Forehead Junction, as it turns out.
Feels bad, but that's okay. This map has some interesting meta, so it's going to be cool to see what these people pick.
The memer.
It's always wide.
He messaged me before the start. He just messaged me now. He's like, "You like this map pick going to Forehead Junction?"
Do we know who chose?
I think Bamboozle banned Braxis.
Mm-hmm.
Shot's team banned Dragonshire.
Okay.
And Shot landed us here on Warhead Junction.
Picked it? Okay, I think I know what they're going to be doing. Cheeky. Yep. We'll have to find out. It's funny because on a giant map like this, Bambooxled has somebody named TLV on their team, so maybe we'll see some Vikings.
A thinking emoji or in the chat. Yeah, I wonder, I think we might see some Abathur play out of TLV. That's just my guess, personally.
Could be true. Abathur's really strong right now, especially on this map. I can see it.
I need to get Abathur. In all the time I've played...
Wait.
I've never played Abathur.
Really? He's so much fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, you absolutely have to get him.
All right, I said, all right, we're ready. I think we got everything lined up. I was reading on Reddit about this support build that, he puts the shield on you and stuff, and people try to solo support it, and I was like, that might be a little spicy, but...
It's okay, but man, you actually if you find the right comp with it, like if you have a Greymane on your team, like a Malfurion plus Muradin, etc., and then if you just run the the copy plus mine build, if it's a certain map, or plus auto attack speed build, it's just so much fun. Like you would have a great time doing it.
I'll work on it. I believe in myself. But Bambooxled. Enjoy the luxury as a first pick, first ban on a map like Warhead Junction. Globals have to be a consideration. Normally we see Tassadar and Zarya rarely make it out of the initial round of bans, but different set of politics. How would you approach this?
Honestly, it's like basically exactly what you said there. It's either Tassadar, Zarya bans, or we might see Dahaka bans, maybe even Falstad, depending on what these teams have planned. There's the Zarya ban, and it's probably going to be a response Tassadar, because giving Tassadar on this map is pretty over the top. So I would expect to see Shot and Losing Bullets banning off Tassadar here.
Well, what's always interesting to me about this map is sometimes you have to ban for the map.
Oh, there's the TLV ban.
Well, yeah, TLV. The person's name was literally TLV.
Yeah.
So I'm not too surprised to see that. But the point I was trying to make is sometimes you have to ban the meta, which is very often these days Zarya and Tassadar. But sometimes you have to consider the map and leave some of those S tier heroes open to your opponent. You just don't want to get cheesed. So I definitely get the idea of banning Vikings.
And that's actually why I liked the Zarya ban, because it opened them up to getting either a Tassadar or one of the S tier globals here. So I would expect a Tassadar pick for sure. Or Malfurion is also good, because then they can 2-3 Dahaka plus something else, as long as Shot and the Losing Bullets don't go one of the globals here. But I would expect it. The fact that Tassadar's made it this far is already pretty crazy. So.
Yeah, I mean the green tint Malfurion, looking buff. Do you even like?
Yeah. Wow.
2.0 offers some new skins. Vala shows up now. If Tassadar doesn't get picked up here, I'd be shocked.
I'm pretty sure it is the Tassadar. Like, what else would they do? That pretty much has to be Tassadar.
You show Vala this early, you put that card on the table. You gotta have something to back that play up. They're going well in their time pool, so they might have some other tricks up their sleeve, Colin.
I honestly, the only other thing I could really think is maybe Dahaka. But the Vala, just that's what you want, right? You want the auto attack steroid sort of composition. Right. So I would expect Tassadar for sure here. Ariel. That's so weird. This is crazy. All of my expectations are just out the window at this point.
Well, what's really interesting about this to me, Kyle, is that Shot and the Dorm Losing Bullets chose this map, and they haven't taken any heroes that have any real consideration for it. So it's almost just we're just looking at team fight on a map that isn't necessarily about team fighting, which to me is something of a vote of confidence. I would imagine we would have seen a global and or Tassadar by now. To give those options over to Bambooxled, it's just hey, do your worst, because we feel pretty good about our chances here.
So ETC probably going to be Stage Dive, because he gains some additional effect on this map because it's so massive. You usually see ETCs with Stage Dive. And then the Jaina, this is so interesting. So okay, as you just said there, it's kind of weird seeing the Vala Ariel, because a lot of amateur teams have actually been setting up this sort of thing early in the draft and then running double supports. Gale Force has kind of made that known through HGC. We've seen it a couple times in HGC EU. And so I would expect maybe something like that to come out, but it's such a huge map. You don't even have to play into the 3 lane in order to be effective. Bambooxled can just build globals, kind of what they're doing with the ETC, and kind of play the map instead and completely shut them down that way.
I mean, what's interesting about this to me is that you would think the map was Tomb of the Spider Queen, the way this draft has been going. I
Right?
mean, you put the Vikings ban aside, it's just like these are two team fighting centric setups for the comps. It's like power slide, root. That gives you all the time in the world for Jaina to blow somebody up. But this is a huge map. It isn't really one you really see a lot of bullying styles of rotation. It's very surprising.
Yeah, so the Zeratul ban does come out. They are a little bit afraid of that Wombo combo, ETC plus Jaina and Zeratul. It's a massive combo. So that is actually a really smart heads up ban. If I were Bamboozled here, I'd be looking at taking away one of the primary warriors because they still haven't selected it there. And there's Dahaka band. Absolutely makes sense. Probably one of the best heroes.
I'd agree with that. As far as wave clear, the ability to lock somebody down in a team fight, near infinite sustain if you take adaptation at level 10. Too many options and things that Dahaka brings to the table, especially on a map like Warhead Junction. I get that banned for sure. Two heroes to select. Now for Shot and the Dorm losing bullets, they already have their support. They have a main Hope Generator in Vala. Without a warrior selected, they may want to consider one themselves, but they're going to help themselves to Brightwing and Murder. Nice.
Wait, what patch is this on? This is just current, isn't it?
Yeah, this is live.
So this makes a lot more sense then. I'm so used to scrimming on tournaments, so it's like I'm like so used to that meta. So this is a little bit more wild. So actually, this is really interesting to see how this is unfolded. And Brightwing, of course, for the global and Muradin, S tier warrior works really, really well with Ariel and Vala as well. And then they have the stuns in case ETC does elect to go with Mosh Pit instead of Stage Dive. So I like the Muradin pickup here.
Offers you a lot of options for sure. And yes, this is the live patch, so this is why we see ETC kind of coming back into the fold. I'd imagine we would see some Uther by the end of the night because he's kind of a beast. But something to keep in mind in the audience, we will not see either Genji or Hanamura. Heroes type, we respect a 2-week interim period before new heroes and entries into the Nexus are available for tournament play. So we won't see me hopping over the wall or
I was so excited for Genji for a moment. I was like, are you kidding me? Do we get to see my favorite ninja lord? And we have Genji main Gigi Marsh in the chat, of course. Arthas and Falstad. I absolutely love this draft from Bamboozled. They have the global with Falstad. They have the potential global with ETC. They have massive follow-up with the Jaina. They're actually going to be really difficult to kill. I really like this. Brightwing isn't going to gain as much value. Because once ETC stage dives on the backline, you're going to polymorph one time, but that's not the end of the world. There's not a whole lot of peel. So I really actually like this, even though, because I'm not a huge advocate for double support comps. I think they're just too linear. So I'm liking the comp coming up from Bamboozled a little bit more here.
I would agree. I mean, this last pick is really going to have to wow me. It'd have to be a ton of damage to really justify this 2-support setup. Now, Brightwing and Ariel both do have builds that could potentially crank out serious numbers. For Ariel, I actually started playing around. She gets a talent at level 1 to where the cooldown reduction on each hero you hit for the Q, she can, this is like the clapper build. You just keep hitting Q forever. So against double warrior, that could get some work done, but Leord?
Yeah. See, I was going to say it's going to be another warrior because most of the times in double support, it's double support, double warrior, all of your cards on one damage dealer. So this is actually quite traditional for a double support comp. Single global presence with Brightwing against potentially double. Again, I'm really liking the composition from Bamboozled. I think they just have to play it properly and not give in to that double support plus ranged auto attacker. If they're stacking 3 people in a lane, they just have to go to the opposite spot and push that, make them respond to wherever Bamboozled is. And I think they'll actually have a pretty easy time with this game.
I would be liking to agree, Mr. Community Coach. Both of these teams definitely have a lot of tools, not only in team fights, but also with regard to the map itself. I'd imagine we would see Brightwing having a huge presence all over the map. That is a full global as opposed to Falstad. It's just, his ability to fly from one spot to the other. But Stage Dive would be the likely selection, I feel.
Yeah, me as well.
Members of Bamboozled. So I don't know. I think it's just going to come down to skill and execution. I think both teams came away with pretty good drafts.
Absolutely agree. I am only familiar with the members of Shot, so and they are quite good players, all of them. Yeah, I'm not quite familiar with any of the other guys. I see that C9 Muradin. Maybe that's a new name, or has he been around for some time? Shouldn't it be NT Muradin?
Oh, man, we're about to see. All right, here we go. Let me switch over the overlay because I'm good at this and I know what I'm doing. All right, first game of the night. Everyone get excited. Starting off week 2 with a bang on Warhead Junction. Over on the right, or we'll start off on the left side, I feel. Over on the left, we got the members of Shot and the Dorm Losing Bullets. It's going to be Brightwing on, is being played by Haas. Finkeldorf is on Leor. Wolf is on Ariel. Gummy Bear is playing Vala. And Shot is going to round it out on Murd.
And on the right side in red, we have Draxai on the Arthas. We have D. Shubs on Falstad, TLV on Malfurion, Mitru on the Jaina, and C9 Murden playing ETC.
Well, look at the chat going on here right now. Both these teams send all 5 members of either roster. C9 Murden finds his B key. Good for him. Mitru is going to go ahead and Hearthbeck. No? Can't.
Look at those lovely sprays coming out, too. Look at those.
I mean, this is what I really like about Heroes 2.0. Like, I played a game earlier, or last night. I was Rhaegar, 1v1 Zeratul, and just, like, put down his animated thumbs up spray afterwards. Felt pretty good.
Yeah, that's so good. I'm not sure about the scouting drone choice. I think it would have been Moonburn here just because they don't actually have a crazy roam comp. You know, they're pretty much just going to stack 3 people in a lane exactly like we're seeing on this bottom side and push. So I think the wave clear would have actually gained a lot more value here. And actually, they do manage to slide up onto the Brightwing in the top lane and secure first blood.
Well, that bully style and those 3 heroes find value already. Haas will be back in 5 seconds. That's the first takedown for the members of Bambooxled. Falstad, as long as they hold their own, they should be able to maintain the value accrued thus far. Both these teams, even on experience in spite of the takedown, though. So standard.
Haas gets slid on again in this top side, and she's getting slowed constantly by Jaina there, and actually manages to fall again in the top side. So that's no teleport to the top lane and another death. So that's 2 deaths already at a minute.
And Falstad's trying to hold the bottom part of the map. You're going to lose 1 tower for your trouble, and that should pave the way for level 3 to get picked up. Gummy Bear with the Burger King crown. And that's a full health bar for Wolf. 2 warheads will be up in about 17 seconds. So I think this is going to give us some insight into how these teams like to rotate and prioritize the objective.
Yeah, and it's a little bit unfortunate for Bambooxled because their global is on the bottom side of this map. You know, they would have definitely liked it on the top. And at the same time, actually, Vala getting slid on and goes down.
Wolf tried to snap the whip for the disengage. Gummy Bear continued to be jumped on. Nice root from Draxai. Arthur sets up a takedown. Both of the warheads are actually picked up by Bambooxled, so even though we have some notable names over on the side of Shot and the Dorm Losing Bullets, Bambooxled, they're showing they know how to play.
Yeah, the Jaina actually was completely uncontested in the mid lane there and picked up the free nuke. So that is definitely 2 going over. And it looks like they're prioritizing it on the bottom lane. I do like this, definitely. Slide does go out onto Wolf. He misses, and now that's actually a full body block on this bottom side.
Tammin Strike goes out, Shot on the flank, jumps out, finds a bunch of damage on Jane, and the Dwarf sets that up. Falstad barrel rolls away. That'll be 1 nuke going into the pockets of the Dorm Losing Bullets. Murden on ETC, ironically enough, starts to back away. So yeah, that flank from Shot nets some value.
It was definitely really good. I would have liked to see Bambooxled maybe grab their easy camp on the bottom side there and then gain some lane pressure before just walking up and trying to use a nuke. I think they would have actually gotten it for free, you know, forced Shot's team to either, you know, clear the wave or try to interrupt. So a little bit of a misplay there from Bambooxled.
Murden steps forward, got the 1 face melt to interrupt the nuke. Not going to be so lucky this time. The Tammin Strike says absolutely not. So that nuke is going to go down in this bottom fort. But this is something that we see from up-and-coming amateur teams, Kyla. Like, you start out well, but then you start to get a little eager, and that leads to mistakes. And the more experienced teams capitalize on it. And it's gotten, you know, the Dorm Losing Bullets ahead in experience, and Murden almost slid to his death right there.
Yeah, ETC looked for you know, a slide onto the Murd in there and just completely missed it. He's actually wrapping around again looking for a slide, but he's just much too low to do anything here, so he's got to be super careful.
He might oh, the Stormbolt goes in. Shot jumps over the wall. The Tammin Strike almost goes for another stun. Murden is feeling rather ambitious with these power slides with next to no health. He mounts up. He's not leaving. He's here.
He can, though, right? Because all of the sustain on Bambooxled team is sitting in the top lane, while Shot's team is actually gaining global value. And there's a 4-man rotation down here. The slide does land onto Vala, but it doesn't look like there's any follow-up. But yeah, I absolutely think this Malfurion needs to get the heck out of top lane and join with this 3-man and perhaps throw the Falstad into the solo.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You need some kind of added sustain. If you're going to have C9 Murden out here as much as he is, you definitely want that support. But the blizzard damage goes in. Shot raises his brow. Gummy Bear tries to get that last amount of poke on ETC, almost getting taken down themselves. Even without their support, Bamboozle's holding their own down here.
They're definitely doing a good job. The level 7's coming in for both teams. Pretty standard builds as well. Yeah, and now we have the next nukes spawning. We have 2 on the top side, 1 mid and 1 bottom. So we'll see how these teams set up for this.
Yeah, this is where we see the global presence get some value. Falstad's already looking to fly. Brightwing will be able to teleport around as well. No level 10, so no stage dive just yet for ETC if that's their heroic of choice. But 3 members against 2. Salmon Strike just misses. Arthur starts to back away. Finkeldorf sees that personally. Meanwhile, Haas is going to try to step forward. Gets the Q just in the nick of time on Falstad.
He's in trouble now, though. There's the root that lands.
Yep. So no power slide. Nicely timed, skilled play.
Nice job. And we actually did see Shot as well pick up the bottom nuke and then use it on the bottom fort, so gaining some value there. And he's looking at this Jaina, but misses the skill shot there. And Haas manages to go down in this exchange.
Murden slides around, gets the takedown on Brightwing, but they should have teleport up sooner. Well, they just kind of use it for the last little bit. Shot jumps in, Stormbolt goes in, TLP the next target. But oh no, these power slides, Murden's doing work on the back line. Murden goes down as well, Wolf drops. Ariel's the next to fall. And Finkeldorf on Leoric is the only one in that scrap to get away. Bamboozled, they're looking to play, man.
And that was their play to make. Absolutely, it was their play to make. So Shot's team, they lost their Brightwing. They had the nuke advantage. They literally just needed to walk away because they also had experience advantage and just look for level 10 and then use those nukes. But they decided to skirmish there and they lost pretty badly for it.
I think this is not how the members of Shot and the Dorm Losing Bullets saw the initial stages of this game going. They are short their heroics for the moment. Falstad flew top with the last remaining nuke. Finkeldorf on the chase, clearing out this wave. But if Bamboozle keeps this track record going, Kyler, could have an upset to start the night.
Not bad. We also do see the stage dive coming in for ETC, and I did want to mention Pinball Wizard as well, picked up for level 7 instead of Echo Pedal. I think this might be the standard build to go on ETC in this new patch. It provides a lot of chunk damage when you're sliding onto targets. It also, I think, provides more wave clear than Echo Pedal, so we'll see how that pans out for the ETC here. Heroics also coming in for Shot in the Losing Bullets.
Nice to see a present understanding of the meta. Pinball with... Oh, no! I'm sorry, Jaina. Caught out by themselves. Here there be monsters. Jaina gets taken down.
And that was a heads-up rotation, and now they're actually electing to go for this boss. So excellent call. They don't have their Jaina, which is one of their primary damage dealers. And the entire Bamboozled team was on the top side grabbing that camp, so even more of a reason here. And it looks like they're not even sure what's happening, so this is a very sneaky boss play. I really like this.
Yeah, it's heads-up decision-making. You take down one of the biggest threats right away, you're there near the boss, why not? Before Bamboozled's any the wiser, they themselves are Bamboozled with the boss steal. The Dwarf Toss sets up the action, Rain of Vengeance goes in, the Mighty Gust for the disengage, but Drakai's actually looking to turn back in with Army of the Dead. Another Dwarf Toss in, into the stun, stage dive, into the backline. Murden is the man with no fear, power slides out, and doesn't get taken down.
Nobody dies in this exchange. Shot is looking for a kill, and he actually does manage to land his Dwarf Toss plus W onto the ETC, and it drops him.
Both of these teams are showing scrappy signs of life, but in the end, Bamboozle is going to be on the short end of the stick. With 3 heroes down and 2 warheads up, this could be a huge momentum swing back in the favor of Shot and the Dorm Losing Bullets. Because also keep in mind, Kyler, this boss has been living its life in the bottom.
Yeah, this is insane. They're going to grab the mid nuke. They're going to probably send Leoric topside to both A, clear that minion wave, and B, pick up that last nuke. And they 100% get this wall on the bottom side, and they're going to get a bunch of keep damage as well.
Yeah, I mean, if they get level 13 sooner rather than later, they might even look to stick around. Shot's going to throw down his nuke. Get that off without any
I like that. They can just completely back away now. They might even look for this easy camp, which they are doing. And then they're probably going to go look at theirs. And they're going to have so much pressure on the bottom side of this map. And again, there's Leoric looking at that top lane, getting that clear. So they, that boss play plus those picks, just huge momentum swing for Shot.
Now, Kyle, let's talk to us about some of the macro play here, because that was an amazing team fight on both teams' parts. But at the end of it, it looks like the members of Shot and the Dorm Losing Bullets gotten so far ahead. How have they been able to do this?
It's just all this pressure that they're putting on the map. Like the fact that they got that boss meant that Bamboozled had to respawn bottom or it was going to threaten a keep. Like look at the health on that keep already. And then they're just basically doing the same thing. They got the enemy easy camp, they're getting their own, and now they're going to put pressure on the mid and top sides of the map, looking at these structures and just trying to gain a greater experience advantage. So just excellent macro play by Shot here. So it's securing them the experience advantages that they're looking for, even though they're against a double global comp.
Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive to see. It's making Bamboozled. They have few options and fewer instances where they can afford to lose team fights. With that keep being that low, yeah, Shot, Gummy Bear, and Wolf are going to rotate down here. They're going to try to take this bottom keep sooner rather than later. That's your standard issue win condition if they're able to come away with this.
I don't know if this is the right call, though, because Bamboozled is getting 13. And look, they're actually flanking on this side here, and they're looking for a fight.
I think we might see some fireworks. Power Slide goes in, the Tammy Strike right afterwards, the root goes down, False Stat Barrel rolls over, the Ring of Frost goes in on 2 members. Shot in the Dorm losing bullets do take down Janitor. Stage dive into the back line, next to no value, and the Aegis avoids the Twilight Dream before Malfurion goes down. This is starting to fall way into the hands of Shot in the Dorm losing bullets right now.
Those are just some missed plays. I absolutely think that flank was the right play to make because Shot couldn't be there. Like their team straight up couldn't be there. If they went up and threatened to keep there, that was the fight that they weren't looking for because Bamboozled just hit 13. They had the flank. That was definitely the right call, but they just executed it improperly. We saw the Twilight Dream miss and it was only on 1 target. Stuff like that just can't happen if you're hoping to win those fights. So a little bit of a misplay, but it was definitely the right idea.
Yeah, they just need to synergize their rogues a bit better, I feel. The stage dive, the Twilight Dream, just some unfortunate use of things. But the Taming Strike actually saves Murden from a cruel fate in that Entomb. But Gummy Bear, next to no health, is able to vault out of there. Mitro tries to get some poke action, but Shot in the Dorm losing bullets, not too far away from 16, have still made themselves a home in the bottom lane for the moment. But they're going to rotate, get that tier advantage, and look to get back to business.
Yeah, they're going to clear out this massive mid wave. They can even just walk top, secure their 16 this way, or passively get it in, just a few moments here. And now Bamboozled is actually in a really tough spot because the map objectives are spawning. They're down a keep, so they have to keep one of their globals down there most of the time. And yeah, they have to look for a 16 before 20 fight in order to try to get back in this game.
Yeah, this is fast becoming one of those Brett Favre Hail Mary, I'm just going to close my eyes and throw the ball down the field and hope you catch it kind of situations for Bamboozled. Level 16 is picked up 8 takedowns of 7, though they've shown scrappy instances there. Draxide picks up the nuke, harfs out of there, leaves their team in a potential awkward situation without Arthas. The Mighty Gust, as the Entomb goes down, the Taming Strike is going to miss, but TLV could have had a real rough time in that Entomb.
Yeah, that Gust was fantastic right off of the tomb there, but actually Malfurion manages to get caught out by the rain, and just another W by ETC saving everybody. So this is a 16-13 fight. They definitely don't want this, so retreating here is absolutely the right call. They just need to get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, this is the longest 35 seconds of Falstad's life. He's like, I wish I had 8 Mighty Gusts right now, because we don't want to have this conversation.
Yeah.
But with the bottom keep already claimed, Draxide does throw down the root to secure the disengage. 3 nukes apiece, so it's not entirely out of the question for Bamboozled to make something happen. But,
and honestly, that was a lot of wasted time from a Shot there. That was actually 45 seconds of wasted time, and we're seeing almost 14.5 for Bamboozled. So they're getting closer and closer to that advantage that they want. Or sorry, not advantage, but the next fight that they're looking for, of course. So it's probably going to be a 16-18 fight that they're going to get, maybe a 16-19. And we do see a death bush here because the boss play is definitely what they're going to be looking for. Oh no, Falstad, no.
Oh, and before he finds his R key, Falstad gets folded up and taken down. The cleanse on Draxide, this is able to get out of there, but the Entomb goes in on TLV. Malfurion has a nuke that he freely offers over to the member of the Shot.
So that's 2 dead with 3 nukes. They're actually just going to look core. It's either they take boss and look core, or they just look core. Both are just
nukes.
Perfectly fine plans. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, sorry, that's 4 nukes. My bad. This is absolutely the end of the game.
Yeah, this is going to spell the end. The graffiti artists, everyone pressed the T key, showing the Nexus symbols and everything else. Murden trying to do what he can, but it's a bit too little too late. ETC does get taken down. Draxide trying to slow down these proceedings. The core is down to 60%. Hostile has a nuke to throw down. Jane is going to be the next to get taken down, and I think the rest of this is just style points, Scott.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a good game. We just saw a little bit of Actually, wait, are they still looking at this end? Yeah, okay, absolutely, it's definitely the end. Okay, what was it, around 10, level 10 in the game, where they actually won that team fight in the mid lane, Bamboozled, and then they weren't really able to get a whole lot off of it. They were even almost the entire way up to level 13 it was, but they saw 2 picks early game, so they actually had a lot of momentum, but they just lost it around the objectives. I found, especially on that bot lane, when they got the 2 nukes and then they looked bottom and then they actually just ended up dying instead of being able to use them, stuff like that.
I think what we saw there is potential.
Yeah.
I think those names are all really new to the audience tonight. I think this is the first time we've gotten a chance to see them on channel, and to go up against the likes of Haas, who was a finalist of this year's Heroes of the Dorm, Shot, who won Heroes of the Dorm last year. Finkeldorf was on Tennessee. These are all really strong players that understand the game.
It's true.
So to pull off a performance like that and really just have team fights come down to small things that lead to you losing the game. I mean, if you tighten those things up, you could be a contender.
And honestly, it also started with the way that they had their rotation set up. So we saw ETC, Falstad, and Jaina on the bottom side matching the three push from Shot. So I definitely think we needed to see the Malfurion from top lane go into this 3 lane and then put Falstad top. Like, they weren't using their global at all. The global should always, be far away from the objectives, be as a solo laner. Like Haas was doing it perfectly. And we didn't see that from Bamboozled, and that was something that they definitely needed to do.
I definitely agree, Kyle. I mean, it just seemed like they needed to work on their coordination a little bit, have a plan on how they want to use their heroics, because it was like ETC staged over into the back while Ring of Frost was going down, and the rest of the damage was being placed elsewhere. The Twilight Dream, I think that was just bad luck. Like, the Twilight Dream came out right as Crystal Agents went in there. That sometimes you're just gonna roll snake eyes. Like that was just tough. But some of the decision making that they had there was sound. It's just when you play against a team of the caliber of Shot in the Dorm losing bullets, any mistake that might be small in other instances is going to be huge. So.
Yeah, they just need to focus on their team play, stuff like what lost them the game, having the Falstad face check the bush, stuff like that. Just, it's pretty basic, but sometimes when you're a new team, you don't really think of that. And it takes picks like that for you to be like, holy cow, I'm a Falstad, I can never do that again, Like, and that was the play for Shot's team. They were definitely either doing their easy camp or the boss on the bottom side, because Bamboozled had vision of them walking down that way. So them waiting in the bush there it was the Schrodinger's cat of ganks. So you can never send the Falstad in there. And I hope they learn that. And that's a good thing, because dying like that is actually really healthy for a team. Because, like I said, it'll make sure that they don't do that sort of thing again.
Yeah, you stick your neck out there like as Falstad, you could have a bad time. Exhibit A was his past game. I mean, when you got Indiana Jones playing ETC, like he was just out there, like he was out there with 5% health. Like, all right, guys, I'm going in. Murdering like my friends on the other side of the map. Like, I'm just going in, guys. Like, it's cool to see.
There was no sustain, Lauren. There was no sustain. I needed the sustain. Yeah, we needed that Malf in that 3 lane so badly, because then they could have actually traded into the Ariel Vala, right? Like, if they landed a slide plus like the Jaina on the bottom side, like that's a massive amount of damage, especially post 7 with Pinball Wizard. Like, they could have actually gotten kills if Malfurion was down there. Like, it would have been so much easier. They have the slide, they have the root follow up, they have all the Jaina damage. Like, they're killing anybody.
Yeah. It was really cool to see. We will see Shot in the Dorm losing bullets advance further. Guys,